I reset my MMR to 0, and you can too. But before I talk about how I reset my MMR and how you can as well, let me quickly explain how we got here. As some of you may know, DBD players have been dealing with DDoS attacks, with the attacks particularly affecting live streamers. These DDoS attacks are nothing new and previously affected streamers back in November 2021 during the artist VTB. But sadly, they've resurfaced in 2023, and it's just something that the streamers have to deal with again. For those of you that don't know what DDoSing is, it's basically when a malicious party gets a hold of your IP and then uses your IP to turn off your internet until either they get bored or until you change your IP, which sometimes can only be done if you contact your internet service provider, which can be a very big pain for some people. Now, while behavior has no idea what is causing DBD streamers' IPs to be compromised, streamers still have to play DBD and make content of the game because many people will rely on it as their job. So when DDoSing became an issue again in 2023, many streamers, myself included, started to play with VPNs to combat these attacks. In addition to using VPNs, a rumor started that playing on Epic Game Store was more secure than playing through Steam on PC. While this may or may not be the case, if this is something that a streamer can do to not get DDoS attacked, many people will take the extra insurance in order to not have their internet go offline. The choice becomes even easier considering that Epic and Steam are the only platforms that have cross progression, meaning that a Steam user can share their character levels and progression to Epic and vice versa. So naturally, I shared my progression from Steam to Epic and turned on my VPN and hoped for the best. However, my first stream after doing so was very strange. There were a few worrying signs, with the main one being the survivors not playing the best, but I also noticed low prestige levels, incomplete builds, and low level perks. And it just became obvious after a while that I was just going against new players. So my first thought was that my MMR on Epic Game Store must be very low since it's not my main platform, and that it just didn't transfer from Steam. But when I returned to Steam, I was still getting the same inexperienced players that I was getting on Epic. It would seem that by merging my Epic and Steam accounts, it reset my MMR on both sides. Initially, I thought it was because I had previously played a few games on Epic when it first became available on that platform. But I started to have other streamers and viewers tell me that the same thing happened to them, even with playing no games on Epic at all. Now, I know what some of you may be saying. TricksterShadow, why are you making a video that could possibly create a bigger problem of players purposely resetting their MMR to ruin new players' experiences? Why don't you just contact the devs and inform them of this bug so they can get it fixed? Well, the thing is, that's exactly what I tried to do at first. I submitted a ticket to Behavior and told them what had happened and how I wished to get my MMR restored so that I would stop facing new players. After waiting a day, a support member, which we will call L, got back to me and said they performed an investigation and my account seemed fine. But my matches still didn't feel right. So I responded back to them and told them that I was still facing new players, and I got a completely new support member that we will call H, and they told me that the matchmaking works under many different conditions. So I don't know what that means, and I was still having the issues where I was getting new players, and so I sent them another email in response, and I got another new support member named C. Now, the support member said they don't have a timeline on when my issue will be fixed, and that my input is enormously valuable and that it should help a great deal with getting this bug fixed. Now, this may seem promising, but then in the next paragraph of this same email, they prompt me to follow the Dead by Daylight Twitter account to stay up to date on any fixes for my problem. So to me, it seemed like they really weren't taking me seriously, and they were just saying, oh, this may be fixed someday. Like, this isn't that big of an issue. And in the previous emails, they were even saying that everything appeared to be fine. But everything isn't fine. I've been dealing with this issue for almost 2 weeks now, and initially, when I first got my MMR reset on accident, I was going against people that had 5 hours in the game. And now, after 2 weeks of dealing with this issue, I am just now getting people that have 400 or 500 hours. And I personally have 10,000 hours in DBD. And I used to go against people that had similar amounts of hours as me. And so I don't know how long it is going to take before I start getting away from the newer player MMR or the less experienced MMR. But on this track, it may take me another couple months. Now, after I was passed around and disregarded by 3 different support members and told to follow the official DBD Twitter account, I started to wonder, if I'm so easily disregarded while presenting a very obvious and damaging bug, how can anyone get any bug reports in and actually get a resolution? Circling back to the DDoSing situation, Behavior has said that they don't know what's causing it and to reach out to them if anyone has any information. But with my situation with my MMR, I wonder, can anyone actually reach out to support and give them the information that they need, or will they just be disregarded? So now we get into why I'm making this video. I'm hoping this video will light a fire under the behavior and try to see what is going on with their support team and try to make things a little bit more efficient, a little bit better on that end, and also to fix the vulnerability with cross progression causing your MMR to reset. For the health of the game, the support very obviously needs some attention, and I hope it gets better with my feedback. And if you guys have any feedback from yourself of any bad experiences with the behavior support, or if you've also experienced the cross progression bug, please tell me in the comments down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video.